Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Again. Today we're going to talk about a Japanese game which got ported over to America called Airbuster.
Yeah, Airbuster! But strangely, it's also called Aerobuster. I'm guessing that's Japanese.
Yeah, that's the Japanese translation name.
But yeah, it's fun.
I have no idea why it's called Airbuster, because
Also, there's like random anime characters just chilling out right there.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's
they don't have like really any story.
It must have been like one of the most budget games ever made from the perspective of like non-gameplay, because it just says Airbuster. There's a picture of some random people, and then it's just a blank screen. Oh dear.
It's like those advertisements you see for like reading help schools. It's just like some random people just smiling.
Yay!
Hey! Join our school! You know us! No, you actually don't, but join us anyway!
So as you can probably see, Airbuster is a typical side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, and of the old school ilk, it basically means that you have to collect power-ups to make your weapons better, and if you get hit once, you die.
Which is really annoying. Like, I really wish you had more lives, or more, at least, like,
at least
life
a life bar, yeah.
Yeah, in this game. Because it gets really annoying, and, like, any mistake you make, it'll cost you.
Especially against the bosses, but you'll see more about that later.
Yeah.
I mean, side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups aren't really an area of, well, not really a specialty of mine, so...
Me neither.
I mean, I'm trying to demo this as best as I can, but I do have some ridiculous deaths as the game progresses, and yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not the best at these games.
This is another game much like Afterburner, where you just have to think really fast and just react super fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad at the moment, but in a minute it starts to get a bit crazy.
Yeah, especially with like the first boss.
Yeah, you also notice at the top the red bar is flashing. You basically, aside from being able to fire, typically you have a special attack, which pretty much wipes out most of the minor enemies on the screen when you do it. But you can only do it once it recharges. It also gets rid of all bullets on the screen as well, which is quite handy at some points.
Yeah, definitely, when you get a bit overwhelmed. Ooh, first death.
And here's the first boss.
Oh.
Which is probably one of the easiest, despite what we were saying, it's probably one of the easiest bosses in probably gaming history. All you have to do is just stay at the bottom of the screen and shoot it in its lower hull, and that's pretty much it.
And just avoid the missiles as they come.
Yeah, I mean, but you can just shoot those half the time, and you know, if I had more powerful weapons, then the weapons would just shoot those missiles anyway. You can pretty much just stay in exactly the same spot in the corner. You don't even have to move. Yeah, I've got the weakest weapon at the moment, so yeah. I don't even know what this is supposed to be, and the way it fires missiles is rather strange.
Yeah, it's like
lid
throwing
open,
them from the
lid
top
fire.
and then throwing them from the middle. It's really bizarre. Oh, it's going down. It's going down.
And that's
really,
the end of
for all the
phase
people
one.
that are below it, because it's just going to fall on their head.
Well, the random people in the cutscene, if you can even call this a cutscene, don't seem to be too concerned about the huge
just like,
spaceship
hey,
going
we just
crashing
killed
down
dozens
to
of
the planet.
people. Look at us. Hey. Yay.
Yeah, aren't we special? I have no idea how we've now ended up in a mechanized cave,
reminds me of like the cave
by the
zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's like they used the same scenery, the green and the blue. Yeah, that's the one.
You mean Mystic?
Yeah,
Mystic
that's
Cave.
my favorite level. But anyways, that's not having anything to do with Airbuster. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, we're not talking about Sonic at the moment.
A bit too ahead of myself, but as you can see, there's a blue laser,
Yeah.
and this thing just keeps shooting it.
Yeah, this level starts off pretty slowly, and this part of the game is actually quite fun. But if you get the little buffers, it means you can't die, which is rather nice. If you're trying to do this without those buffers, it's considerably
like with the buffers,
harder.
It kind of saves you because it'll push you in the direction you need to go, which is very, very, very helpful.
Yeah, if you hit the sides
This reminds
without
me a
those, you die.
ton of the helicopter game that you can find on like addictinggames.com.
Yeah. I also made a bit of a mistake there as well because the big peaks that you can pick up, they increase the power of your main weapon, but all of the other ones change the side weapon, and that can't actually be powered up. And the buffers were classed as a side weapon, and I replaced that, which was not the smartest of moves.
Yeah, considering you're still going through stuff.
Although I guess for this little section of the game, it's a bit helpful.
Yeah.
This is also a bit of a horrible section because you've got the missiles flying at you. You kind of get pushed to the back of the screen, but you've also got the little turrets firing mini missiles at you. And I just crashed into the roof.
Ooh.
I had nowhere else to go.
And now you have your one weapon.
And there's the roof again.
Roof, why are you there?
And the buffers are back.
Yeah, buffers. Now, what is this that you're collecting up? I could never figure that out. Is that just more...
It's money, but I think it's just a score. Because there's nothing you can actually spend it on.
Yeah.
Oh, this part of the game is horrible. These ships fly in front of you. If they hit you, you die. And they drop bombs afterwards, which come in a very, very annoying pattern. And now I don't have my buffer anymore.
Oh, but you made it out of there, okay. Go, go, Darryl! Keep it going! Oh, no. It's like watching Star Wars, the part at the end. It's like, oh no. Oh, and here comes the Star Wars references
second
again.
boss.
Sorry. Yeah!
Well, this boss is horrible. Like, the start isn't too bad, but when he starts firing the missiles, it just becomes such a pain. And it's also, I mean, like, he's firing little bombs at the moment, but they're quite hard to see because the background is so absolutely ballistic.
I know. I can't. It's even hard to see yourself. And the missiles.
And here come all the missiles.
I'm guessing that was the developer's intention, but...
It's like, let's make people have epileptic fits.
Yay! Now we're done phase 2!
And here are our chummy anime characters again. You know, part of me thinks that there was actually some writing here in the Japanese version of the game, but they couldn't be bothered to localize it, so they just took it out.
Yeah, probably. I'm beginning to wonder if this was actually based on a show, because there seems to be so many characters there that are just random. It's like there must be something
yeah, I mean,
behind
there has
them.
to at least be some kind of story in the Japanese version.
Yeah, totally. Rather than just Airbuster.
So
Done.
now we've gone out of the mechanized cave and we are flying through the sky. And as you can see, there's a hell of a lot more going on. You've got enemies coming from the top, firing bombs, and there are also enemies coming from the bottom at the same time, which was rather annoying.
Yeah, just a little bit. Clouds! Clouds don't hurt us.
Such lovely scenery.
Yes.
The one
Just
thing I do like about this
clouds.
game is that you don't necessarily have to kill all of the enemies. Like, if you take too long to kill them, then they'll just kind of fly off on their own. I also don't really know what these enemies are trying to accomplish, because... Oh, they've gone now, but... Oh no, they're back. They're just firing missiles to the right of the screen, which is not where I am.
I guess if you were ahead of them, maybe then that would be... Wow, now you're spitting out missiles from your butt.
Yeah, well,
That would've been
you
helpful.
need rear protection.
That would have been helpful, like a little bit ago when you had people coming up behind you, and now you have nobody coming up behind you. How great. I wonder what those things are, though.
Which things?
The things that do hold all the power-ups and stuff. They just kind of look like...
They're just containers.
Are reminiscent of, like, Oompa Loompas.
And I was going to
Where they
say,
just bounce up and down.
for your own reference, and I did find this out the hard way, if you crash into them, you do die.
Yes.
So don't do that.
No. Do not crash into power-ups. They will hurt.
Well, the power-up givers. Crash into the power-ups.
Yeah,
That's
the
how
power-up
you pick
givers.
them up.
Yes. But the power-up givers, the containers, or Oompa Loompas, as I have begun to call them, yes, they can hurt you sometimes.
So now we've left orbit, and
oh my gosh, we're in outer space.
The music's changed, and these enemies are annoying because they just appear on top of you.
How nice.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, now we have Caterpillar sub-boss, which the first time I fought against it annoyed the crap out of me because it follows you everywhere.
Ugh.
And I didn't. Right, you basically just have to go around in a circle and then shoot it in the face when it tries to follow you.
It's like reversal of Snake.
It's so annoying.
It's like if you were the little dot. If you were the little dot in Snake.
If you can't get a good momentum going, he just rapes you.
Yay, fireworks!
And now I believe we're at the stage 2 boss, which I wasn't actually able to beat. I probably would have been able to if I just pumped a ridiculous amount of credits and continued into the game, but it's just so frustrating. I mean, he's got 6 lasers which home in on you, and then the only way you can hit him is by hitting him in the middle when he opens up, but he fires laser beams out at the same time he does that.
It's just like, here, we'll take all of your lives for you, thank you. Nom nom nom.
Maybe my brain just doesn't work that way, but I'm concentrating on trying to hit him, so that means I don't see the tiny red lasers coming towards me, because they're rather sneaky, really.
Yeah, and they're really small, and they're not like the missiles where you can stop them, which is really
especially
cool.
the ones on the front, because they come out towards you.
Mm.
Like, the ones from the back are generally okay, but then like you end up in a situation like that where you're trying to escape, and you get hit by the laser in the middle as well, and it's just no way you can win. So I'm going to give up.
Airbusters is one of those games that was ported to America with no real thought behind it, as shown by the plentiful amount of blank scenes between levels. However, if you're up for a challenge, definitely check it out. So, that's it this episode of Let's Play Again. Thanks for listening and watching, and this has been a GamingUnion.net production.